Have you ever pondered the reasons for the dissolution of a large number of relationships, whether they be romantic, professional, or simply casual friendships? The truth is, it's not always about what we do for women, it's about what we should never do for them. Stoics of antiquity held the belief that self-control and self-discipline are the essential components of healthy relationships. Additionally, if men were to use these ageless truths, they would be able to avoid making the blunders that undermine love, respect, and trust. In this video, I will share with you today 9 things that men should never do with women, all of which are based on Stoic wisdom. 1. Make sure you do not let your emotions have their way. The Stoics emphasize the importance of self-mastery as the most important triumph. Because they lose control of their emotions or get excessively emotional in difficult circumstances, many men are responsible for the destruction of relationships. Men who are able to maintain their composure in high-pressure situations are respected by women. Losing your anger, screaming, or overreacting to negative situations is a sign of weakness, not strength. Instead, do what Marcus Aurelius did. Take a moment to halt, take a few deep breaths, and tell yourself, you have power over your mind, not over events that occur outside of you. Maintaining control over your responses allows you to cultivate respect and consistency in the relationships you have. 2. Do not lie or manipulate. Honesty is the foundation upon which a Stoic existence is constructed. There is no such thing as a relationship that can last without trust, and once somebody lies, he loses trust. Although many individuals strive to manipulate circumstances to acquire what they want, Stoicism places a greater emphasis on virtue than it does on lying. Epictetus reminded us that it is preferable to endure the truth rather than to gain from falsehoods. Be straightforward and honest, even if doing so causes you discomfort. Despite the fact that she may not always agree with what she hears, a woman will admire a guy who is real. 3. Do not excessively rely on others. Stoicism argues that outward approbation is not the source of satisfaction. Rather, fulfillment comes from inside. A significant number of males often fall into the trap of always seeking acceptance from women, whether it be in the form of compliments, attention, or reassurance. A state of imbalance is produced. First and foremost, a Stoic man cherishes himself. He does not demand that a connection be full, rather he invites it into the partnership. The ability to be self-sufficient and confident in silence is a sign of strength, and women instinctively admire the independence that you demonstrate. 4. Do not disrespect boundaries. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on the need for respecting limits. As is the case with males, women have their set of values, requirements, and personal space. When they are in a hurry to get answers, time, or attention, many men push the limits of acceptable behavior without comprehending that genuine respect implies granting freedom. Do not waste any more time arguing about what a good man ought to be. Marcus Aurelius has been quoted as saying, "The phrase be one emphasizes that a decent man is someone who does not require repeated reminders about limits. Because of this regard, trust is built and the relationship is strengthened." 5. Avoid competing with her ego in any way. When males strive to dominate discussions, minimize their accomplishments, or compete with women for recognition, they are engaging in one of the most damaging habits. Stoics were aware that pride and envy are 2 vices that might impede mental tranquility. Instead, you should concentrate on developing your virtues and growing as an individual. Do not feel frightened by her accomplishments and celebrate them instead. It is not about dominating another person that true power lies. Rather, it is about being confident in your own advancement. Those that are Stoic are able to elevate others without lowering themselves. 6. Do not overpromise and underdeliver. Without deeds, words are not very meaningful. To impress women, many guys make promises, but they seldom follow through on those commitments. Stoicism instills in us the understanding that virtue is not found in words, but in actions. According to the advice of Epictetus, do not explain your philosophy, put it into action. If you are committed to something, whether it be to be present, to show respect, or to remain loyal, then you should stay true to that commitment. Stability is fostered by consistency, and trust is developed via stability. 7. Do not try to control her. Stoic wisdom is the antithesis of control. The Stoics were often reminding us that we are only able to control ourselves and that we cannot control other people except ourselves. On the other hand, a significant number of males make the mistake of attempting to restrict the choices, friendships, or lifestyles of women. Because of this, animosity develops, not by control, but through example. A Stoic man leads. When you demonstrate self-control in your own life, she will automatically appreciate your presence in hers. The secret to developing long-lasting respect is to strike a balance between freedom and commitment. 8. Do not overlook the power of self-improvement. One of the most common errors that guys make is to put their own needs second when they are seeking romantic relationships. They quit making efforts to improve their health, thinking, and achievements. Self-control and self-discipline are essential components of the Stoic philosophy. To quote Seneca, "As long as you live, you should never stop learning how to live. You will continue to be beautiful, self-assured, and respected if you work on improving yourself every day." Individuals around him, particularly the ladies in his life, are inspired by a guy who places a priority on personal development. 9. It is unwise to disregard her humanity. Remember that women are human people who have their own challenges, feelings, and inner conflicts. This is something that should never be forgotten. Empathy and compassion were two of the Stoics' core values. It is not Stoic to treat another person as if they are less than you or to disregard their uniqueness. The idea that humans are all part of the same human experience was something that Marcus Aurelius regularly reminded himself of. The cultivation of empathy strengthens your connection with one another and fosters mutual respect. Those guys who recognize their humanity beyond their positions and looks are highly valued by women. Final thoughts. According to the Stoic philosophy, the most powerful qualities that a man has are self-control, honesty, respect, and discipline towards himself. You will not only become a better partner, but you will also become a better man if you refrain from engaging in these 9 detrimental behaviors: losing control, lying, being needy, disregarding limits, competing with her ego, overpromising, dominating, ignoring development, and forgetting her humanity. You can't control others, but you can control how you present yourself. Living according to Stoic ideals allows you to cultivate relationships based on virtue, respect, and trust. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content.